So today we're going to be making wire self-portraits. The materials that you'll need is wire. 18 gauge aluminum works well. You'll need pliers, cutters, and a picture of yourself. Some alternatives, if you don't have access to those materials, are pipe cleaners, scissors, and a portrait to copy. To begin, you're going to use pressure to shape the wire into an oval. This shape is going to be the armature for your face. Once you've gotten the shape of your face, you're going to twist the wires like a bread bag. So imagine you're getting bread and you have to twist the twisty ties back together. It's kind of like that. This will work a lot easier with the pipe cleaner rather than the aluminum wire. And in this video, I'm actually working with steel wire, which is even tougher. So because I'm using the steel wire, it's even harder to manipulate. That's why I need the pliers. So when you are wrapping the wire around to close off that loose end, you need to pull it with your wires. An important thing to do is also to tuck the wire in so it doesn't scratch you or anybody around you. There's a lot of things to consider when it comes to safety while you're working with wire. So always wear goggles and be careful of where your wire is going. So after you've wrapped that all the way around, you want to make sure that you've got a long tail and that you use that to measure the length of your face. If you have a picture handy, you can measure it right next to it and see if that would make sense. But for me, I just kind of estimated and wrapped it around the chin. So rather than cutting off that long end, I'm going to continue to wrap it around until it's met about halfway up the side of my face, like where my ears would be. And again, I'm going to keep attaching it and wrapping it around like it's a bread bag. So if you're using pipe cleaners for this part, you really don't need to be wrapping it all the way around because your pieces are in already small chunks. You can just do these little parts at a time. In fact, if you're using a pipe cleaner to make your face, you might want to use 2 pipe cleaners because you don't have like this long strand of wire to work with. So once you've reached the middle point of your portrait, I want you to bring it straight across so it will make a cross right in the middle of the face. This will help guide you with attaching your eyes and your nose and mouth. So I continued to wrap it around and then brought it straight across just like I did with the first line that went down our face, except this one is going to go straight across. Another technique, if you have the aluminum or steel wire, you could use your pliers to straighten it out. This is helpful because it shows how much of the wire you're really using. It also makes it look better crafted. Once I've straightened my wire out, I can meet it to that end point and start wrapping it around. A good way to do this is to wrap it as close as you can to that piece of wire that you're trying to get it around in the first place. That way you don't have any extra loops that you need to tighten later. A lot of it is just pulling it around the wire. Don't forget, once you snip that, to tuck your wire in. So as you're ready to cut it, you don't want to cut towards yourself. It's kind of like, I used the example in class that it's like cutting your toenails. and how your toenail's going to fly and hit somebody in the eye or just go into some random spot in the room. You want to face the clippers down so that it lands in a spot that's not going to hit anybody in the face. Just make sure that it's facing the floor or the trash can. So once you've finished all of that, you can begin to shape it. And this is where having a picture of your portrait right next to you would be really helpful, because you can see all the curves and edges of the face and really try and make it accurate to that. Another thing to keep in mind though while you're shaping it is that it's probably not going to stay exactly the way it is, because you're going to be doing some more work to it when you're making the facial features. So once you're here, that's a good spot to stop, but I have a few more videos if you wanted to continue and make the eyes or the nose in the mouth.